Hey, look at you, all grown up and needing car insurance. You don't have to freak out if you got a driving record that's not so hot or worry if you aren't sure exactly what you need. Able Insurance has your back. Pass up the national insurance companies where you're just another number and keep your auto insurance right here in Charlottesville. 979-0814 is the number. AbleInsurance.com is the site.
Go.
What up, though, BlogTalk Show.
Say it one more time.
What up, though, BlogTalk Show.
What up, though? Welcome to the BlogTalk Show podcast. I'm your host, Ahmad Hawkins, and I thank you for tuning in to another episode of the BlogTalk Show podcast. If this is your first time tuning in to the BlogTalk Show podcast, make sure you subscribe. Whatever social media, internet outlet, or app that you're on, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But above all else, make sure you go to Apple iTunes and leave a review for your boy because it helps with visibility. It definitely helps me out overall. And I always appreciate your feedback. So make sure you subscribe to the BlogTalk Show podcast. And hopefully you are now a loyal listener after you complete this episode. And in this episode is UVA basketball. That's what we recapping. Their latest game versus Maryland. The Maryland Terrapins, as they were in a Men in Black theme, all blacked out, so disrespectful. An old rivalry game for the days of the ACC. Now that they left for bigger and better things, and the Wahoos have taken over the ACC. It was a good game. It was a nice test, early season test. The Wahoos on the road, just coming off winning versus Wisconsin. In the little holiday tournament they was in. What was I'm still in football mode, man. Forgive me for not remembering the name of the tournament over there in the nice weather. The Battle for Atlantis, that's the name of it. So they just beat Wisconsin and held everybody that they played there to low points. So going to College Park, difficult place to play. Even the football is difficult to play in Maryland. And they were very hostile. They yelling UMBC, which I think is the dumbest thing to do. Like, why are you yelling out another team when you're losing? Like, this is what we doing? Like, this is – before I get into the analysis, I got to talk about that. Is this the new wave of being a fan and getting under somebody's skin? Because I can only imagine, right? Scott Stadium or Lane Stadium playing Virginia Tech this year and just saying ODU as Virginia Tech is beating us, on the verge of beating us. Like, UVA's defeating you. Then you're in the closing minutes and you keep yelling UMBC. You would think that you wouldn't yell UMBC because it may make the team that much more focused, lock in, and be pissed off for greatness because they understood that was a major upset. And maybe they made that their rally cry to never let that happen again. And whoever started chanting that, we're going to channel that pissed offness that we have onto you. See, sometimes as a fan, man, you got to be smart. When I used to play and guys on the sideline would be talking trash to me, my favorite comeback I will always say is, you know what? While you over there talking all that trash, you about to make it worse on on him. And I will point to whoever was checking me or whoever I was checking. Because at the end of the day, you on the sideline, you can't affect it. But the person that's in front of me, I can make them pay off of what you say. And it's basically what my man DeAndre Hunter said, the most disrespectful person I know. If they want to chant another team's name while we're winning, I guess that's the best they can do. If that ain't trash talk one-on-one service with a smile, serving you shut the hell up juice, being very passive-aggressive, being disrespectful but very respectful at the same time. Come on, man. But we are talking about the Terrapins, because they just terrible. The Terrapins, the Maryland Terrapins. And in the words of my Charles Barkley voice. So let me go ahead and get to the analytics, man. We already had a little too much fun to start off the podcast. I'm in a rant. Some people off. They're like, he's not professional enough. He's not even talking about basketball. I didn't come here for this. I want to hear some stats. Break down the game. All right, well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to break down the game. So what we're going to do is now we're going to go to the box score. So UVA won by a score of 76-71. And when you break down the halves, UVA scored 39 points in the first half, 37 points in the second half. The one characteristic that was odd was seeing not only a team score 70 points on the Wahoos, but a team that actually elevated their scoring from first to second half to score 41 points in a half. But first of all, to score 40 points versus the Hoos is saying a lot. But to score 41 in one half is saying a hell of a lot. So salute to Maryland, because what they did in the second half, they was efficient. When you break down Maryland by the numbers, let me see. I just had the numbers up. So in the second half, Maryland shot 61% from the field, 54% from three. The only thing that saved us was a free throw shooting. They shot 60%. For the game, Maryland shot 54% from the field, 41% from three, and then just 62% from the free throw line. Now, that's usually UVA. They're usually shooting around 50% from the field, low 40s, maybe high 30s, 30% in the three-point lane, and we shoot around like 70% at the free throw line. So if you're going into a game and you're a fan and somebody just say, hey, man, for the game, UVA is going to shoot 54% from the field, 41 from three, and around 65 to 70 free throw line, you like, shoot, with our defense, we'll win. And that's exactly what happened for us, is that our defense kicked in and was better than what they were. Now, they had some spots where they defended us well, and we did some things that were uncharacteristic, but the main thing that jumped out to me was we only turned the ball over 2 times, and the actual turnovers were like offensive fouls. It wasn't even like you throwing to the wrong guy or you wasn't executing on offense and you just being careless with the basketball. That's the one thing that definitely saved us this game, is that we were so efficient on offense. And Jay Billis does an awesome job of always breaking down, a basketball game. But I really like seeing he's one of the few guys that appreciates the game and the offense that Coach Tony Bennett runs, and also the defense. He's not one of those analysts that are saying that it's boring, and we know that everybody wants to see scoring, but he broke some things down yesterday that I really hope fans really keyed in on, as far as Virginia's ability to play without the basketball, Virginia's ability to just basically be like a boa constrictor and keep tightening it up. Like, they work you so much on the offensive end that when they finally score, you take up the 30 seconds, all 30 seconds to score, but then now you have to exert a lot of energy just to get high percentage shots versus UVA when you're on offense and they're on defense. Now, the one thing Maryland did, they did have some big men who can get it done. Bruno Fernando was a guy that jumped out to me. What's the other big's name? I mean, Wiggins was the wing guy that was hitting threes. I forgot the other big's name. I don't want to say the wrong name. But anyway, they have bigs who can make it tough on you. And in the first half, Jack Salt kind of had a difficult job with just his lateral movement, with their athleticism. Their guards doing a good job of getting by our guards, because defensively we just wasn't sound on our rotations. And Maryland was taking advantage in that, and it was leaving us exposed in the paint. So I could feel a lot of folks, I wasn't on social media or anything, but I could see a lot of folks probably was going at, like, we got to get Jack Salt out of there, because it seemed like he was like a fish out of water just because of the high pick and rolls they was putting him in, and Maryland's guards being able to break down our guards that were reaching on a crossover and entering the paint and making us help. So in the first half, we tried. I remember Coach had like a platoon sub where he just kept in, I think, Cal Guy, and then Jerome came back in. But K.H. Clark, man, what else can you say about this kid? We got spoiled with London Parentes. Now we got another California kid that's basically, taking over for him. He's not as skilled as London is as far as a shooter, but it's poised, and he's that much better defensively. So he fits in with what we need. You know, when London was here, he was fitting in to what we needed early in his college careers, you know, hitting timely threes, being the maestro of the offense, getting into the scores. And that's basically what that Clark is doing, but Clark is actually a disruptor on defense that allows guys like a Cal guy and Ty Jerome to not be asked to do as much as expected coming into this season, because everybody was wondering, you know, who's going to be that guard to come off the bench and allow Ty to play off the ball some, and who's going to be that on-ball defender, similar to what Devin Hall was last year on the wing. Even though Braxton Key is a guy that's basically a bigger size Devin Hall. He's not the shooter that Devin Hall was on the outside, but athleticism and ability to cover many positions, he has that. But K.E. Clark, the kid is nice, man. He's nice. No turnovers. I think the last 2 games he started in, he doesn't have a single turnover. He almost had one. The boy almost plucked him on a crossover, but he dove on it and created a jump ball. But Cal Guy had 18 points to lead the way. He was 6 of 14. Ty Jerome was also 6 of 14. He had 17 points. Ty Jerome's own turnover, I think, was an offensive foul. DeAndre Hunter had 15 points and served a lot of shut the hell up juice of just dunking on their big men. Like, DeAndre, one of them dudes that he's a silent assassin. He has fun playing basketball. He's basically the Hines Ward of basketball. He's always smiling, always just having a good time, just loving life and loving competing. And you can see guys trying to talk trash or fans trying to talk trash, and he'll just dunking on you. Like the 2 dunks that he dunked on folks, I thought he was just gonna lay it up off the glass like he did early in the game. But something came over him the second. Even the first half, he had a little dribble drive 2-handed. But them 1-handed monsters he had in the second half, he could have been charged for assault and battery, for assaulting the rim and battering the defenders that dared to jump with him. And he looked like a little Dwight Howard. I ain't saying he Dwight Howard, but he looked like Dwight Howard. He wearing number 12. You remember when Dwight Howard went from his rookie year in the NBA to his second year, he had them broad Superman shoulders. Yo, DeAndre put together now, and you can see it. One of their bigs caught him early in the game. They backed him down. They bumped into him real solid. And I thought he was going to get an offensive foul call, but he didn't. And you kind of saw DeAndre running down the court looking like, okay, I see what type of party this is. And after that, he started going to work. So the dude's put together, man. And Cal Guy got hot. That's what he do. But let me stop beating around the bush and talk about my guy. I went and saw Creed 2, you know, over Thanksgiving weekend, Saturday, because I had to cheer up out the Wahoos and the Hokies game. And I had to go see Jack Salt's alter ego, Ivan Drago's The Offspring. Saw Creed 2. And Jack Salt made me proud last night. He had a rough first half with just rotating and being slow of foot. Maybe it's because of the clothes he wears during the week that Ty Jerome always have him on Instagram clowning him. But I don't know what got to Jack Salt in the second half, but all I know is I need to see this Jack Salt all the time. For now on, this is Jack Salt I want to see. For now on, Jack, you do what I've been telling you to do for 2 years, and I told Mike Tobey to do the same thing. Dunk the damn ball. It's margarita time. We want salt around the rim. I don't drink no margaritas, but I watch TV. Okay? A whole lot of salt around the rim. I'm talking about Salt was straight catching them off the glass. They were just disrespecting Salt. They going to double team like, yo, you ain't know you ain't going to pass it to him. He can't shoot. Well, there's one thing he can do. He could dunk. Okay? That's one thing these dudes that's 6'11", 7 feet, and all else fails. What you can do is just dunk the damn ball. Tyson Chandler, all he do, dunk the damn ball. DeAndre Jordan, what he do? Dunk. You get the point. Andre Drummond, dunk. If you can dunk, you are a force in basketball. I'm sorry. Zion Williamson and Duke. Don't get me wrong. He showed us a little jumper here and there, little floater in the lane. But all he do is dunk. DeAndre Hunter even caught on. You know what? This dunking thing is fun. And it looks a little bit easy because people don't want to get caught on the poster. So Jack Saw, from now on, that's what you do. If you got to do anything, you listen to the ball hawk before you visualize, and you put the ball hawk in your ears, and ball hawk saying, dunk the damn ball, Saw. Dunk the damn ball. That need to be a chant. Dunk the... I don't know if you can say damn in an arena because it's kids. And I'm sorry, kids. You might shout out to my fans that be listening to me during their family meal. Appreciate you. So let me stop cursing. Dang it. Oh, say dangum. Like Bobby Bowden said about Biscuit. That dagum ain't he? Dunk the dagum ball, Salt. No, that's a little too long. Dunk the ball, Salt. Dunk the ball, Salt. Dunk the ball, Salt. Every time he get the ball, that's the chant I need for y'all. He could get it on a low block, thinking he gonna face up or put somebody on his hip, and we can start chanting, dunk the ball, Salt. Dunk the ball, Salt. That's it. That's all I got. That's the end of the podcast. No, I'm joking. Ain't the end of the podcast. But yeah, man. But analytically, looking at the numbers for the Wahoos shot 47% from the field, 45% from three, and 66% from the free throw line. I've been saying for 2 years, I want our free throw percentage to hover between 75 and 80%, and that's how you know you'll really defeat every team. We missed some free throws late in the game. To keep them in the game, they hit some threes that was crazy, but I didn't even realize we shot 45% for three. It was 10 or 22 from three. They hit 7. They were 7 to 17. We had 59 shots on the rim. They had 50 shots. So, anytime the Wahoos can outshoot you, we got various offensive rebounds as well. So, and one thing that won't show up for Jack Saw, even though he had 12 points to 7 rebounds, Jack scored a career high 12 points. Let's not get that lost. He had 7 rebounds. And he had 3 offensive, but he had a couple of taps. And tap outs, I don't think they chart that for the big who taps it out. It goes to the guard that receives the basketball. So Jack had a couple of tap outs also. So he probably had about 10 total rebounds. He really had a double-double if we count the taps. But he was 6 or 7 from the field. The only shot he missed was the left-hand baby hook. But other than that, he was dunking on them fools. I want to say all 6 baskets was dunks. And I'm talking about them the dudes dunks. I'm talking about them dunks that you be like, ah. When Jack he scream, he get the little Sammy Davis look in his eye. So when he scream, he look like he looking at 3 people at the same time. But I'm proud of Jack Salt, man. Can we just have a moment of cheer for Jack Salt, man? I mean, for real, I don't got no sound effects, but you got to be proud and happy to see Jack Salt do what he did in Maryland with their bigs getting the best of him early in the game. He closed the show. He had Jay Billis like, man, Jack Saw was just woo. Like he ain't had nothing to say. He just like, man, Jack Saw out here getting it done. So salute to Jack Saw. Yeah, because I don't know how many times I could say good job, Jack Saw. He played over Jack played 30-something minutes? He played 34 minutes. Usually you want Jack. I know fans that don't want Jack Salt as a starter, one, and the fans who want like Jay Huff to play and all that. So you would think Jack Salt 18 to 20 minutes, that's good, so we could get Diakite in. Diakite just look, Diakite, I don't know what you're doing in these rests before every game, but you get fouls called on you. Maybe you talking to them in your native tongue and they can speak it or something, but they just be calling some crazy fouls on you. That's why you can't stay in the game. Good Lord. He got in the game yesterday, and within a minute, and within 90 seconds, he got 2 fouls. I was like, good God. He got an over-the-back call, and then the big man was backing him down, and I didn't think that was a foul when they called a foul on him, but he got a foul. Diakite, 10 minutes, 4 fouls. Hold on, dog. This got to be a record. What's the Wahoo record for 4 fouls? 10 minutes of playing, he had 4 fouls. You too special for that, Diakite. I'm telling you. You're too good of a player. You're too important to us. And like I said, some things you can't control, but maybe you need to go, bring them an apple or Slim Jim or chocolate chip cookie or something, man. Or get them Gatorade with each time out and tell them stop blowing the whistle at you so much. Braxton Key played 11 minutes, had 10 points. He was basically instant offense. So we had 5 guys in double figures yesterday. That's hard to beat. That's hard to beat. Some team notes. Virginia has started 7-0 for the third straight year. UVA has a nation-leading 25-game November winning streak dating back to the 2015-2016 season. UVA has a 5-game winning streak in the ACC Big Challenge, 13-6 all time. UVA has won 8 of the last 9 contests versus Maryland. The Cavaliers are now 2-0 versus ranked opponents this year. UVA tied a school record with 2 turnovers. The last time they did that was versus Louisville in 2015. UVA has committed 5 or fewer turnovers in 4 games this year. That's absolutely phenomenal right there. UVA drilled a season-high 8 first-half three-pointers en route to their 39-30 lead. And UVA was out-rebounded 35-23 for the second straight game. And, you know, we don't really go for the offensive rebound as much, but you hope that doesn't catch up with you. Some player notes, double-figure scores. We talked about having 4 guys. Matter of fact, we had 5. They forgot one because Braxton Key had 10 points. But when you got 4 of your 5 starters scoring in double figures, you got to think about it. Braxton Key was actually a starter. So there you go. And Cal Guy made a season-high 5 3-pointers. So, yeah, the Wahoos looking good. The only undefeated team left in the ACC. North Carolina got absolutely punished by Michigan yesterday, and their coach said they absolutely stink. Can you imagine? Yo, I couldn't even imagine, man, being a player and my coach just tell the whole world that we stink or we stunk it up. That's that new leadership that I don't know nothing about that, man. I don't know nothing about that. They're on that Baker Mayfield and Ben Roethlisberger type of leadership. You know, I like the way that Tony Bennett carries himself. You know, we wouldn't trade Tony for nobody. You know, that UMBC stuff, these people need to go ahead and serve themselves, shut the hell up, Juice, and stop talking about that like that's really going to affect us this year. I mean, what happened, happened. You keep screaming another team's name, what does it say really about you? Like, it has no effect. Especially all you do is just piss off Ty Jerome. And when you got to call Ty Jerome, call him. Something bad going to happen for you. Yo, speaking of Ty Jerome, and I said this to him. I said this to all of them. They the most respectful, disrespectful team I ever seen hoop. Like, their trash talk or their revenge back to you is not malicious, but it's effective, and it basically makes you feel little. Like, late in the game, when Maryland fans was going at us because they made their little comeback, and within 2 or 1, whatever they was, and Ty Jerome hit that 3 from the right elbow, and the dude was coming from his left to try to block it, and Ty left it up there. When it was just a clean swap. The fact that his arm comes out to his right, and when he make it, he'll pause and look staggered legged, and he'll kind of look at you. And then he'll put his hands down in his New Rochelle type of way of like, yeah. You know, in his head, he like, yeah. And in my head at home, I'm like, drink this juice. Drink it. Drink it. Cal Guy hit him a 3 and come back smiling and give you the Michael Jordan. I don't know what's going on. Look, like, I can't believe I keep hitting these. DeAndre Hunter dunk on you, then smile. I mean, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Like, they not even talking trash to y'all. They just give y'all looks and body language. That would piss me off as a fan. I'm talking to you. I'm heckling you like the dude at VCU was heckling Cal Guy, and he went nuts and just looked at my man and smiled and winked. And when DeAndre Hunter tell you guys, man, it's a shame that you got to yell another team's name while you're losing. That right there, that's a drop the mic moment. That's the best comeback all year. If you got to chant another team's name en route to being defeated by us, if that's the best that you can do, well, God bless you. Because that's just terrible. That's why y'all the Terrapins. Because you're terrible. Your trash talk is terrible. Just terrible. That's what we doing. Forget the fact that ACC record wins and road wins, ACC regular and post and tournament champions. That's what we doing. And then we had to make it. You know, that makes us look at you closely. Be like, okay, we lost in the first round, but who are y'all again? Like, what did you do? Oh, okay. So that's all I got for y'all, man. I just think the Wahoos defensively, they had a couple breakdowns early in the game. Maryland shot the ball great in the second half. Made some tough shots in the pack line. That's all you want to do is force tough shots. But this was a rivalry game. They came out and they played inspired. It's a nice little test that we had. Back-to-back ranked opponents, still undefeated, still disrespected, still got to prove ourselves. But that's fine. Because we got a style that nobody loves in this day and age. We ain't out here high-flying, windmill dunking. We ain't got 3 freshmen all in your videos. We ain't out here shooting 25 shots a game. One person got 3 different games shooting the ball at least 20 times. Like, you ain't going to see that here. We ain't saying, people ain't comparing us to the Fab Five, said we could beat the Fab Five already, that we could beat the Cleveland Cavaliers already. Y'all can have that hype. All we're going to do is keep doing what we doing, striving to be great, striving to do better than what we did last year, striving to be humble and hungry. That's it. That's why I love that the hype is never on us. Who wants the hype? Because when hype comes hate. Hate follows hype. If y'all don't realize that, anytime somebody's hyped up, they get hated on. Okay? Just realize that. So y'all can have the hype because you can have the hate. We over here loving, humble program. They're very appreciative of everything that we got, and we're going to try to get better. And shout out to my man, K.E. Clark, man. 5'9", just a little bulldog. Little bulldog. Who would have thought coming into this season that he would perform like that? Isn't it amazing, man, how you can never know which player is going to be that important to you or going to just jump out there and just do the things that they do? That's what I love about sports. You can never, as much as these databases and these rankings and things like that, you just never know who's going to be who until they become a who and they show you who they are. Y'all like how I did that. That's all I got for y'all, man. You know the motto, good is the enemy of great. Be great in everything that you do. Salute to everybody that follows the Ball Hawk Show movement. Like I said, my YouTube channel is back up. They deleted the last one. I had like 16, almost 1,700 subscribers, so I got to get those subscribers back. So spread the word. Tell everybody, go to YouTube, all the Wahoo fans, subscribe to the Ball Hawk Show on YouTube because my podcast automatically is linked to the YouTube, so it generates a video where you hear the same audio on YouTube. I also have, I do NFL videos, NBA videos, just all sports content. So if you love to just listen to sports and talk that trash can juice and occasionally serve people shut the hell up juice, subscribe to the Ball Hawk Show YouTube channel, man. But I definitely appreciate y'all support, man. You know the motto, good as the enemy of great, be great in everything that you do. No Petty Hawk today. I told Petty Hawk, Jack Salt dunked the ball like 12 times. He got to be quiet because if I let Petty Hawk love Jack Salt. But Petty Hawk got to warm up with the basketball crowd. You know what I'm saying? I don't think people prepared for Petty Hawk when it comes to basketball because Petty Hawk love dunking. That's why Petty Hawk always talking about some Zion Williamson, and that's why I said he can't talk on his podcast. So y'all be easy, man. Baby, take us out.
I want the whole world spin my record. Cheryl, the hoodie styles, check game, stay free records. Oh, shorty girl fed to death and I'm massaging. Bad news, even be massaging. I got a fitted head, I be massaging. Pinky rings on my finger, I'm massaging. I got a speedboat concert cause I massage. I coming through about a whole Econo Lodge. I be massaging. I be massaged. I'm coming through with Cadillacs and massaging. Yeah, boats I'm constantly massaging. I got GPS's, I be massaging. I catch croaker fish cause I'm massaging. I like a macaroni plate, I be massaging. Even oodles and noodles, I be massaging. Straight out the ghetto cause I'm massaging. I got ice around my neck cause I'm massaging. Or even gold teeth, I'm massaging. A pinky ring iced out cause I'm massaging. I got $100 million, I be massaging. I got $10, I be massaging. I got $1,000, I be massaging. I got 22 cents and be massaging. I take a penny and be massaging. I tell Yeah, shorty girl fat, I be massaging. Them big coots, I be massaging. I be massaging, I be massaging. I got a GPS steering wheel massaging. Whole share road chain be massaging. I got a Uzi, I be massaging. I got a 12 gauge pump, I massage. I got 100,000, I massage. Ain't broke, I be massaging. I stay paid, I be massaging. I stay late, I be massaging. I hit the pool all night cause I'm massaging. She wanna come through loaded and massage. Whole shit, we massage. Bad new posse constantly massage. Ain't no joke, I be massaging. Even the bacon and eggs, I be massaging. Polo shirts, Chateau Adidas, I be massaging. I love you, sweetie cake. Spin my record, let me give you the game. On how to get rich. Take a penny and flip a penny. Then 40 billion. Why? I be massaging. What? Car steering wheel. I be massaging. The whole label of the State Free Records in the VA. Oh, we be massaging. Let's have a money shot.